All right, what's up? It's UFO Proof here. We're having some issues with my mic. I don't know how anyone else's was sounding. Apparently, it was all fucked up on the last broadcast. So what I was going to do is start over a new podcast. That way, when you guys jump on here, there shouldn't be too many sound issues. Hopefully, it'll rebuff and everything. But I'm going to give it over to Qvid. Let me just shoot him over the link. And I'll just let him take over. So, and then everyone else the link on there. Here, I'm sending one to Alex right now. Bam. Let me find Qvid. Oh, there he is. Okay. That way you guys can keep the show going. I know I had a couple of people on there. I don't know how many people are watching, whatever, but I know there's at least a couple of people on there. So here you go, keep it. There's the link. Boom. All right. So hopefully everyone will come over to that one and keep it going. Let me check on the chat. It's just just doing the live one just a second ago. So hopefully you guys can get it over from that one to this one. So you guys can keep it going. Here we go. There you go. What up, Qvid? What up, Paul? What up, David? How you doing? There you go, Qvid. I got the link up for you. Look at that, dude. You already got thumbs down. What a douchebag, dude. What a fucking douchebag, dude. Getting stoned though, David? Yeah, man. Fifi and Keys. Yeah. Morning. Hello, Fifi. How you doing? Where you at, Qvid? You on here? I sent you a link for Hangouts and then through or on here on YouTube as well. So but you have to link on Hangouts as well. I know we all know fuckers. If you can see the name of this fucking chat, Qvid, I named it live chat with Qvid, so you better get the fuck on here. All right, douche. So I can get the fuck off of here. But I need somebody hosting, or I can't just leave live. So we're gonna get out of here. But I'll wait for him. I'm gonna get the chats up. Because apparently my microphone's fucking sucking dissolves tonight. So I don't want to subject you guys to that fucking nonsense. So here we go. Now we're just waiting for Qvid to hop on here and to get on here so I can get off of here. Or I'm just gonna shut this bitch down. There'll be no puff passing. That's all I heard, is it? We'll just puff on our own. How about that? Yeah, let me post something here one more time. Where is Qvid? There we go. All right. Where is everybody? Get on here so I can get off of here. I'm just gonna shut this fucker down, dude. I got fucking shit I want to work on. I want to do the stream so that way the audio is not all fucked up and stuff. All fucked up for everybody. So just there we go.
You guys hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
What's up, Proof?
What's going on, Doc? Hey, brother. You're dark, man.
Oh, I got the disco mode on. Let me fix that shit for you.
Yeah, fucking here. We can't see. Disco mode.
Disco mode, you like that shit? Bow, bow.
Yeah.
What did 5 fingers say to the face?
Oh, shit.
That shit was funny.
Film called again.
Huh?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Where the fuck is everybody?
They're all back. We were all chatting in that other room, and you came in and logged out.
Qqqvid's on here. Qqqvid's on here. Fucking like some in the comment section, dummy. We're getting here to close this bitch out if you don't, dude.
Close what? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna close this live if I can't get these fuckers to get on here, dude.
Oh, I was just in there.
They're on here right now. I can see them in the chat room, dude. So I need them to get onto the live.
All right, so let's tell them in the chat.
Yeah, I see them in the chat, fuckers.
I'll tell them right now.
Qqqvid's fucking using the bathroom or something stupid. Getting into the gym or something.
You got something going on.
All right. Well, Zach, you're in charge.
What's that, bro?
I'm on here. I said you're in charge. I'm out of here, all right, buddy?
All right. Are you ready to go?
I got shit I gotta do. I'm trying to get them on here for you, man. I'm trying to get them on here, but you know.
It's all good, brother. I was just coming to say hey to you.
Okay. Well, fucking, I see I work, man, like, fucking, but I want to let the live go so they can, so you guys can sit there and bullshit. But I don't want your stream and fucking audio and everything. What up, Luke?
There we go.
There we go. I got Luke on here now. All right, buddy. All right. Well, hopefully the other guys will get on here and join you guys' ass. I just want to make sure you guys have a live stream that was
we were going when you
good
left,
with it,
but it wasn't live. So yeah, got you. There we are.
You're now there. All right. Yeah,
right on, bro.
That's the name of this episode. Is fucking live with Qqqvid. You dick. Let's make sure you're on here, or the fucking title would be lying. All right.
That would have been so much better if we could actually understand you.
I know, right? You got the chop.
You guys have fun, all right?
Later, bud.
Catch you later.
Yeah, bro.
Here we are again.
Here we are again.
That was weird. So are we supposed to be live now on Google's or are we live? Yeah, it looks like we're still live.
Yeah.
Good man, Kyle. Good looking out. He was just over there. I was like, who's he talking to?
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on myself. I got rather confused there.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a glitch. So what else is going on in ufology these days, gentlemen? Anything good?
Oh, sorry, say again.
Anything good in ufology happening these days? We get any good news? Any craziness?
Hold on one sec. Just sending this link to Alex.
We need a definite. The ufology needs definite new stuff to talk about. Did you guys see the SpaceX rocket landing? That was so badass.
That was amazing,
wasn't it? That just goes to you, man. Fuck. No matter what you think of that dude, he's done what he said, man. You gotta give it up to Elon Musk.
Hey, I saw this thing where the Pentagon released a video of the military chasing down a UFO or something like that. Like the government actually acknowledged that UFOs are real now.
Yeah. Well, they said that they're shit flying that they don't know what it is. It's not our government.
Yeah, they call them advanced aerial threats.
It's time for disclosure, gentlemen. We all know this.
Will it come in our time now?
Well, you know, I thought if you think about just in our lifetime, Qqqvid, how much shit we've seen, you know? How much technology advancement have we seen in our lifetime? I used to play with sticks and mud, dude. That's no bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I had my stomper trucks and shit. I don't know if you guys remember what stompers were. Anybody remember stompers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Those, like that. What? Well, I never. If you told me I'd hold
fucking metal Tonka dump trucks.
I'd have told you, motherfucker. You told me I was holding a cell phone. I've been like, you watch too much TV, motherfucker. We ain't gonna have no tricorders. Go back to Star Trek. And look at what we got now. All kind of.
Yeah,
cool
I remember
shit.
when I was a kid, they used to have them little things you would take notes, and you push a button and it flipped the thing up, and you could like write notes in it, or you could carry your cigarettes. It was like a little flip pad, and flip pads. You push a button on the side,
like the phone Rolodex things from back in the day.
It looks like a cell phone. Yeah, it looked like a cell phone, but it wasn't. It was just you'd push the button and you'd flip it up, and inside you could write like memos inside of it, or you could keep whatever you wanted inside of it.
Huh.
I remember them that, you know, I used to talk into that like I was Captain Kirk and shit from Star Trek. And then when they came out with cell phones, then it was like amazing.
I seen a payphone today, dude. An actual payphone.
They still exist, huh?
You know, it's just covered in Mexican stickers, the Mexican flag stickers. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So, I don't know. I thought, wow, I haven't seen a cell phone in like 10 years. Or I mean, a payphone.
Paul in chat saying he can't believe that people are saying that SpaceX is fake. I know, Paul. I feel your pain,
dude.
From the heart, mate. From the heart, I feel your pain. Just don't listen to those fucktards. Just don't listen to them.
Don't listen to the flat earthers and the people that think the world's 5,000 years old.
Oh God!
Don't get me started with these motherfuckers. I don't even want to talk about reptilians. Okay, don't get me fucking started on no reptiles.
Hey, can we get the reptilians? Can I just butt in for 1 second?
Hey, there
Sorry,
you
guys. Sorry, can I butt in? Because I remembered what my point was.
All right.
I remember. Okay. I remember what my fucking
He said, hold on. I took a couple bongins. What the fuck was I talking about?
That was an hour ago.
He was trying to get back on.
See, man, the whole time I was thinking, what the fuck was my point? No, see, I put up the documentary that I was talking about, the wreck about. I told you about the movie, right, on Netflix.
Yeah,
the wreck of the unbelievable. Yeah, so man, my point was you brought up Cyclops and mythology. So that was my segue into that. See, the thing is, man, you guys need to watch the documentary because it's just dope by itself. It's not about ufology or about nothing. It's just a super dope documentary that these guys found.
What's the fucking name of these guys? So maybe I'll check it out.
It's on Netflix, bro. The movie is called fuck, bro, I just said the name of it, bro. Hold on, give me a second. It's called Treasures.
Indica. Smoking the indica weed.
Treasures from the Wreck of the Unbelievable.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's called Treasures from the Wreck of the Unbelievable. It's on Netflix right now. The thing is, but the treasures that they found, like I said, were from like the 1st, 2nd century of the Roman times. So that means like it's 200 years AD. My whole point was because you brought up Cyclops, and in that documentary that you will see, man, before they bring up all the gold artifacts, one of the things they bring up is this huge ass, what looks like a mammoth or a big ass elephant skull from the ocean, and it looks like a mammoth or a fucking or like an elephant skull, but it was actually made out of granite. So somebody actually carved it out of a real skull, you know, because it looks just like a skull. So what's funny is like the lady's cleaning it off on the boat, and she's a historian, and she says, if you can look at this skull and step back from it, kind of, if you look at it, it almost looks like a human skull. If you didn't know what it was, say you were in Roman times, and you looked at a mammoth skull, it almost looks like a human skull from the front with a big nose.
With the
and then it has a cavity in the middle, so it doesn't look like you have 2 eyeballs like a regular skull. It's a huge cavity in the middle, and it looks like a big nose with teeth. So it looks like a giant with 1 eye.
Yeah, like a cyclops. Yeah, yeah.
So saying that in mythology, she believed that Cyclops almost came from them unearthing like like prehistoric bones, and they unearthed a mammoth. And when you look at a mammoth, honestly, yeah, you look at the skull.
We've unearthed mammoths with flesh still on them, dude, in the Antarctic. So I mean, I can understand what you're saying, but the skulls, their neck structure is different. I mean, you're really grasping.
No, bro. No. Think about all our knowledge. Think about being a rabbit. If you look at that shit, look at that skull, and it looks like it could be a cyclops. You can see where the where the fuck came
I'm
from.
not saying I think there was cyclopses, dude. I'm just saying they talk about races of giant people throughout.
There was no cyclops. I just think they confused those bones when I think they unearthed an ancient mammoth for being a human instead of being a fucking ancient elephant.
All right, Scully. All right.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Look at the documentary, bro. This is historian saying this shit, bro. This ain't me.
No,
This ain't me.
are you talking about the one in here in the United States that they found in like Arizona or whatever it was, New Mexico?
Look it up on your right now, and look at the front of it, and then imagine being a Roman. 200 years Christ died.
I don't want to imagine. Oh, man.
Nothing, no book, nothing. You had to just look at that skull, and with your own fucking logical mind, have to think, what the fuck is that?
I'd have said just like this. That's a monster, dude. That
No,
thing right there is a monster.
well, that sounds really logical.
You can see it. You can find it on YouTube too.
We're Romans now. Remember, we're talking about people that had fucking crazy liaisons with all kinds of weird shit.
Okay, so you don't think that they would look at a big ass fucking elephant skull and see a big ass eye cavity and think, holy shit, this is a big ass creature with one eye?
We're talking the beginning phases of science, though. We had gladiators that were, on the regular killing tigers and bears. Anything they're gonna have some kind of common sense. But,
No, bro.
But
Bears
mythology predates the Romans, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Who the fuck finds a mammoth back then? You're talking about tigers and bears that have two eye sockets. Being this fucking mammoth has a big ass cavity. Have you ever seen a mammoth fossil, like the skull? Have you ever seen one?
I'm looking right now, but yes, I believe I've seen.
Ain't that their nasal cavity?
The big ass
where their trunk is.
Yes, and then their fucking where their trunk goes looks like a fat ass.
Yeah.
They got bone structure in their, just like human beings do. So
Yeah, it looks like there would be one giant eye in the middle.
people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, they're idiots. They were just war mongrels. You're gonna tell me they're gonna be archaeologists and tell you that it was a fucking mammoth? You're fucking retarded, bro.
Are you sure it couldn't be something was probably chewing on its face when it died?
That don't look like no human cyclops skull.
Take the tusk off. Take the tusk off, though.
I'm looking at the motherfuckers right now. Hold on, I'm trying to share my
Look at it straight forward and take the tusks out.
Think about being a fucking Roman. 200 years. 200 Christ died, and try to tell me that you can think that's a big ass human. Or something.
I'm trying to find one without fucking tusks.
You think you're gonna flip and be like, oh, no, check it out, Romans, it's a fucking mammoth, you stupid fucks. No, you believed in Zeus and gods and crazy shit. Man, where the fuck you think Cyclops came from? You think they just saw a big ass?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. We were just talking about races of giant.
I'm telling you a theory. Watch that movie and watch these fuckers that actually experience and have multiple PhDs and fucking and degrees in this shit. And they watch it and tell me I'm wrong. You know what I mean? They're just talking about where mythology came from. Stories that somewhere along the line there was a truth to it. Maybe the facts got changed along the line. I'm just saying that if you look at that skull, you could see possibly where mythology came upon the fucking idea of there being a cyclops. That's it. It's not about being crazy or nothing like that, man. It's just look at that.
I'm looking at mammoth skulls right now on the internet.
Watch that documentary and see what that lady says and tell me.
I'm looking at the ones they actually refer to as cyclopses. And I see the one that's fake looks like that, but the real ones all look. I suppose you can confuse that for a cyclops because it does have three separate holes though, not all one big cavity.
With 3 holes in it.
Yeah.
Front. What's in the front, bro? One big hole. 1 point, bro. I mean, come on, bro. Are we actually fighting about mammoths?
We're not fighting. Who's fighting? God damn it, who's fighting?
It has 3 holes.
Yep, see?
Yeah, 3 holes. What's the cavity look like? Does it look like 3 holes or one big cavity in the front?
I thought we were having Coop versus UFO Bro round 2 here.
Yeah. I'm not going to the moon. No, these are facts. I mean, the moon, those are all just our theories, but this is just facts, man. Just watch the documentary on Netflix, bro. Watch it. Watch it.
All right.
And get ready to make yourself some crow pie.
So who's saying crow pie about what, though? That's what I don't understand.
You're gonna see just the theories about where Cyclops and shit came from, man. I mean, a lot of shit.
Talk about the race of red-haired giants that the Indian tribe talks about to fucking all civilizations have that.
Do you think there was a Cyclops, or you think that it came maybe possibly?
I don't think there was no fucking Cyclops.
Okay, exactly. Me neither. So I just think
nobody said there was a Cyclops. We were talking about stories of races of giants.
You thought that I thought that there was Cyclops. I think that's what you thought.
No. That's just the race of the beings that they talk about, giant races of people.
Yeah, but well, how many fucking things that we know today actually came from myth and are actually true?
Well, dude, let's be honest. Like Qqqvid was saying earlier, we thought there was no gorillas up to 120 years ago or some shit.
The bears. They make fun of Chinese motherfuckers saying that there was big ass lazy fucking black and white bears in the forest.
And as recently as 10 years ago, they discovered a new species of chimpanzee called the billy club ape. You know?
No, but pandas, big ass black and white pandas laying their lazy ass in the forest, and they just got discovered in 1920.
See? So back to where we were. Do you believe in Bigfoot or not?
No, damn.
You went off on a tangent. I was not saying there was a Cyclops that told me. I just want to be clear. But it's like the Great Flood story. You can't deny that multiple different cultures have had the story of the Great Flood.
Actually, scientists actually proved that there was a Great Flood.
Right. No, we know this. Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how they did it, but they confirmed that there actually was a Great Flood.
Yeah, I think it shows in the rock layers or whatever, right?
Yeah, it was something just like that. Yeah.
I mean, we all know that, but it's weird is the story of Noah that goes across the different, not that I don't believe in that necessarily at all. So.
If you look, I think there's stuff all over the internet where some people have reported to located the ark. I'm not sure how true that is, but
right, they say that's been around for a long time in the side of the mountain or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
See, the problem with that is they always, when they do that, it's like the caves that they found supposedly from the Egyptians in the Grand Canyon. You know what I mean? They're saying that the Egyptians made it that far over here, kind of thing. And then they made a hush about it once they realized it was Egyptian stuff. There's all kinds of internet conspiracies, but the thing about conspiracies, they ain't always conspiracies.
Yep.
We know stuff to be true. Like, they obviously ain't telling us everything. We obviously ain't in the know of everything. Otherwise, there would be no UFO proof, right? Yeah. Well, fellas, it's getting late. I got to work tomorrow. I'm going to cut out, and I'll see you guys when I see you.
Yeah, bro.
Catch you later, Liz.
Later, guys.
See you, Zach.
Yeah, man.
Do you think we'll ever discover Bigfoot, Jax?
Nope.
Say what?
Nope.
Do you think we'll ever discover Bigfoot?
No way in hell.
Actually, I heard that they found this sort of like a woman / gorilla long ago. They actually had to keep her in a cage and shit, and people actually mated with her, and their children grew up to be looking something like me and you today. That happened a long time ago.
Say what?
It wasn't like a conspiracy or anything like that. It was just like it was like a documentary, but
I think I've seen the thing that you're talking about, but I can't give you much.
it wasn't Bigfoot. It
many
definitely wasn't any
details.
Bigfoot or Sasquatch or anything like that. It wasn't nothing like that.
No, but she was like
It's
a very hairy woman. Let's
It's
say.
like a lost link in evolution or some shit like that.
Loads of people think that you know, the way the whole timeline has gone when it comes to like humans, there's either something missing or there's something we're missing out on, isn't there?
Yeah,
I mean,
because
could there have
from
been different
dinosaurs
ones
to
in
us.
existence at the same time and interbred and God knows what?
But honestly,
I
I would
think
say
the
that
current
we are actually the closest to a like apes and stuff because I would go to this. Sometimes you would go on. I would see like monkeys and shit smoking cigarettes, like a real human would. You know, I was like,
Yeah.
yo, what the fuck, bro?
I thought you'd have been a believer in Bigfoot, Jax.
No, you asked me if I believed that we were going to capture one.
Oh, right. So I asked the wrong
The reason
question.
the reason I can't believe in Bigfoot is because like almost every single instance of Bigfoot sightings were bogus, and they were staged.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Not even
Sure?
close. If you look at the film over in what's the name of that place? What was that, Wolf Creek, California? They tried to discredit that film and they couldn't.
Patterson.
Yeah, the Patterson Gimli film. They actually put on an athlete. They put those little balls all over the athlete, and they tried to mimic and try to put the athlete inside, you know, in the exact same position as the Bigfoot was walking, and he could not do it.
Was it when they enhanced that video, they actually found breast on that Bigfoot, like female breast?
That was a female Bigfoot, for real. And the thing is that they're so magical, they can disappear and appear at will. I think they're related to the Native Americans in some sort. Other people think they're related to the gigantic Pithecus, which was the largest ape that ever lived. And the thing with that is that it came over on the land bridge many years ago. Sorry, everyone, but my cold is kicking my rear end right now. Once that bridge disappeared, they were caught over here. They couldn't get back, and through evolution, they turned into what is known as the modern day Bigfoot today.
That's a great. Hey.
And actually, in Washington State, the U.S. government issued a little booklet back in the late 70s that says what life was indigenous to that state, and Bigfoot was in that booklet. So therefore, if the United States government is claiming that Bigfoot exists, not saying you have to believe everything the United States government says, but because everything that they tell you nowadays, you got to take it with a grain of salt. But that's just my opinion.
What do you think about the association some people are making between Bigfoot and UFOs?
That's another theory. Because wherever there's a Bigfoot sighting, usually there's a UFO sighting. Could it possibly be that the UFO is dropping them off? Could the Bigfoot actually be an alien species? I can't say for sure. Is it plausible? Sure, anything's plausible. But that doesn't necessarily make it that's a fact.
Yeah, I find it a bit of a leap myself. I mean, I'm having trouble believing that aliens have been here. I'm having trouble believing that Bigfoot really exists, and now
connected
now
too.
Bigfoot flying fucking UFOs or getting dropped off by little green men. You know, I just find it a little bit. You know,
Sorry.
the story's just getting a little bit harder to swallow.
No, I know that there was a story that they caught a juvenile Bigfoot that they had named Jacko. And they put it in a cage, and they were going to ship it off somewhere to be studied. And somehow, some way, it got through the bars and disappeared, never to be seen again. And that's a true something that really happened. That's true. You can actually look that up online.
Jackal, and
Again,
that was by the military or like a private group?
I don't think it was military. Might have been like militia or something like that. Like, yeah, well, I guess you could say that it was partially military because I believe it was the militia.
Yeah.
But I could be 1,000% wrong.
Bigfoot to me has always been interesting because of the Native American sightings and just how long it goes back. As far as like the new wave sightings, it's still interesting. I'm kind of like I said, man, I've always loved the subject. As far as mixing with UFOs, yeah, I'm kind of with Q. It's like, it's so hard already to try to grasp like UFOs and like, even though I'm interested in like Bigfoot and all this, it's kind of hard to like try to mix. It's like you're trying to do a remix of them, and it's so even hard to just get a grasp of one thing to try to mix them in. Though I know that there's been sightings of lights in the area of several Bigfoot sightings. And then they've reported Bigfoots in the area. So I know there's a lot of cases that actually like involve lights involved with Bigfoot sightings. But I don't know, me too. I've always like, I don't know. But like you said, nothing. I mean, I try to take it in my mind and absorb it and try to be like, well, who knows? Is there a bunch of, who knows? Could there be an advanced beings and they're fucking dropping off these guys that fucking survey the fucking woods? I mean, who knows, man? But I've always been I know I've always been like, well, why has there been a body found? I know that they're supposed to like bury their own and whatnot. Also, I don't know, man. I think if there was an actual report and the government actually got to it, we would never hear about it, even though they say, that everybody wants to know the truth and whatever. But it's almost like ufology, I mean, I think if there was an actual report, like they say they clean up UFO sites and whatnot, I think maybe the same thing. If they know it's a true phenomena and they got an actual report that they felt was true, they might actually just go and clean that shit up, and we would never hear about it if it came down to that, and that sucks. That's when I say I hate to love this subject, but I hate not to know, because damn it, I would just love to know. I just want to know. And the answer is right here. It's either a yes or a no. But
I wouldn't see why the government would cover up a Bigfoot, because
man, bro, anything that's gonna be an advantage to the military, it's gonna be something that we don't need to know unless you need to know. They're not gonna find. They're not gonna find a Bigfoot tomorrow.
How is a Bigfoot gonna be, useful to the government, like weapon-wise?
Okay, well, say they found one. What's it gonna be useful for them to report it tomorrow to the whole world? What's gonna do that for them? Say the government went, they got a report, and they got a Bigfoot. You think they're gonna be like, check it out, America, we got one? Hell no, they're not gonna tell us, dude. They're not gonna tell us that shit, dude.
The first thing they're gonna do is what Carl would do to a fucking alien: cut it up into itty bitty bits and see how it works.
see how see how it works. Like an autopsy. I don't know, man. I just don't see. I understand what you're saying. Like, what would be? It's almost like the flat Earth. What they say, like, what are the benefits? All these fuckers saying it's a flat Earth. What is the benefit of it being flat or round? Really, honestly, at the end of the day, what does it matter if the Earth is flat or round? Except maybe that they were lying to us the whole time. But I'm just saying, like, just throwing that out there. It's just like, what would be the advantage of something like that? So as far as Bigfoot, would be advantage for them? Maybe try to mutate it? I don't know, bro. I have no idea. I have no idea what the fuck they're thinking. But I have to imagine if they had one specimen or two, I don't think they're going to race to the media or to anybody and tell us, check it out, public. This is what we got. We're going to let you know everything we know. Hell no, bro. That's not the way they work, man. If they have something that's going to be an advantage to them, we're in a need to know basis. And we're just like regular people. They once it becomes a military thing, I don't think that regular civilians like us have any right to know about it. Straight up. Just like the triangle that I saw. I don't think it was a UFO. I mean, I don't think it was alien. I don't think there was little alien beings flying it. I honestly think that was one of our shits. That's what I first thought. And that's what I still think. You know, we have stealth fighters that look just like, if you took the middle out of it, if you look at a stealth fighter, the ones that we have right now, if you took out the middle and just look at the wings like this, it looks just like the fucking Phoenix Lights. Just bigger. You don't think that the government would make, we already have the B bomber. We already have that since the 70s.
Yeah, I think they have a craft.
You don't think they made a better one? You don't think they made a better one since then that we haven't seen? You better believe it. I hope they do. I hope they have some shit that we haven't seen. They better have some shit that we haven't seen. But at the same time, you got to see that in the 90s, look at how many triangle reports were reported. And then what do we have now? Our stealth bombers are triangles. You got to rule out a lot of those sightings to us. Straight up. And even though they weren't, you just got to throw them out unless you have some good video or something good, because then it just becomes a word of mouth, which is my story. My story is just my word of mouth, which sucks. It sucks. But that's the way it is. And I don't know, man. Is there alien craft flying around? Man, maybe. Maybe, man. Have I ever met an alien? No. You know, but man, you know, that's why I love this shit and why I got into it, because I want to know the answer to that. Straight up, man. I don't know, man. I'm with you guys. I want to know the answers to all these hard questions and all this bullshit, man. I just want to know. Straight up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You said something earlier that sparked.
You're a little bit low, Jax.
I'm a little low.
Yeah. You're a lot lower than you were before.
Is that better?
That's a bit better, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You said something earlier that sparked my interest. You said, how come they didn't find a body? You know why they haven't found a body yet? Because it dies out in the wilderness, and all the other wildlife come and eat the body and spread its bones across the wilderness.
That's true too, though. Yeah.
That's why you don't find a body.
There's so many variables in that one that, yes. I mean, I've always been interested in Sasquatch and Bigfoot because of the Native American stories, because that was before YouTube, before all the sensationalism, before all the craziness that came with social media. Because now it's crazy. Now, look, like in the 80s, if you guys were into the UFOs like I was in the 80s and 90s, when you saw a video, you were almost excited because there was no internet or no nothing. You almost had to go to like a convention or had somebody literally show you a video. And you used to be so excited to see them because they wouldn't come out all the time. And now it's so fucked up because we always wanted a clear picture. But anytime you see anything that looks remotely clear, the first thing that you think is what? It's fake.
Fake.
It's fake. Now you got computer programs. You got 7-year-olds that are fucking geniuses that could do this shit when they're 7. And now it boggles your mind. Now, me as a person that's been reading and looking at shit, to see all these videos that would have blew our minds like 10, 15 years ago. And now you're like, this is fucking, it might be fake. You gotta distinguish what's real from the fake. Before you was just like, because they didn't come out that much. But now you really gotta you gotta almost think that like 90% of this shit is fake. That's why I had such a big problem with like even Third Phase, which I know Kyle and they're cool guys, man, and they have gotten better. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, their channel they've seemed like they gotten a real better about posting certain shit. And somebody mentioned Tyler earlier, and because I said sucker team 10, and they said, "Oh, you think he's a sucker?" No, look, personally, I don't think he's a sucker, man. Like as a person, no. As a channel, man, I still don't agree 100%, but has he changed a bit? I think he's changed a bit too. He's changed his tone a little bit, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, you know. I still just try to distinguish what's real from the fake. Everybody that's out there listening, I don't hate Secure Team 10 or Tyler. If you're hearing this, Tyler, shit, I don't hate you guys. Shit, I want to know the truth. I try to distinguish what's truth from the fake. You guys got big, huge platforms as far as channels and the people that you talk to. So you guys got a huge audience. And I know you guys got to feed into that audience. And I know that sometimes maybe you got to step past certain lines. And I'm just trying to be real. And sometimes I could be an asshole. I know that. But that's just where I'm at, man. With that. I don't know what you guys think. I'm sorry. Oh shit! Everybody's just like quiet. Crickets. Crickets.
Go on.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, what do you guys think? Who was bringing that up, man? Well, Paul was talking about earlier. So, what do you guys think about all the guys that have been saying the SpaceX is fake? Do you guys think it was fake, or you guys think it was a real thing?
It was a real thing.
Of course it was. Hey, get that ugly mug off the screen.
You got two of them. Oh, do I control who's on the screen or something? Let's put you on there. Let's see.
I don't know.
Bam.
Yeah, all these stories about SpaceX being fake. What a load of crap. What a load of crap. I mean, we've got people saying that the car was fake because of the bit of footage at the end when they'd finished doing the actual call, and they're showing clips of the car floating around in space, and then it goes bright for a second, and then you see the car inside what some people were calling a green screen. In actual fact, it was just a photograph of it while it was in the actual bay that it was going to be launched from, and then the door starts to open and you get a huge glare. The little white things floating around outside the car, oh, it's UFOs in the background.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think it's bits of debris, bits of friggin' ice particles, God knows what, but there's nothing there that I look at and go, that looks like a UFO. I've seen one piece of footage where it's going up and you see three lights, perfectly symmetrical, go across the sky. Looks cool, but it's a plane. You're looking at a plane from behind, basically. I just don't think there's any evidence whatsoever to prove in any way that was fake. It's just fucking legit.
Which one's that, Jack? I mean, which one's that, Q?
All the different stories that are coming out about the SpaceX thing.
Okay, yeah. So you saw the little lights. You think those are all reflections, or what do you think? I saw different stories where, we definitely see lens flare in the middle, and I've seen somebody in the comments earlier talking about what they said. They were saying like you see this one sun, and then you see a different sun come over. So they were even talking about Nibiru and all that shit. But I mean, I don't know, bro. You think that they actually went through all that trouble to just fake that shit?
No, it was definitely a legit launch. The people coming up with all these theories are just grasping at straws.
Yeah, I
So
mean, shit, man. I mean, God, I mean, doesn't it make you wish, like,
Q,
God,
do
I
you
wish I
know
could.
you're sharing your
Shit.
screen?
yeah, I'm doing that so that on the people watching on YouTube get to see everybody's gorgeous face. Whoever's talking gets shown on YouTube.
Oh shit! Thank God I comb my fucking shitty hair.
The other thing is they've been stuck looking at my gorgeous face for about fucking half an hour, 45 minutes, and too much of a good thing is just too much for anyone.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, but earlier it wasn't the fucking dope. I just forgot the segue where I was trying to interpret shit. Because he had talked about mythology. That's what I forgot about. Not what I was talking about. I just forgot what he was talking about. Because I was just trying to talk about the Cyclops. And then I just thought that he thought that I believed in Cyclops. And I was like, no, I don't believe in Cyclops, you asshole.
That was
I,
funny.
I was like, Zach, I'm talking about the elephant skull. I was just like, just watch the documentary because the lady explains it so much nicer than I do. Because maybe I sound like a rambling piece of shit. But the lady on the fucking documentary explained, and not to mention that documentary, if you guys haven't watched, is dope, man. It's just these guys go over there because some fishermen are fishing for fish, and they find a little gold monkey, and these guys that are fucking doing like scanning along the coast see that these fishermen find this little gold monkey. So they go to this beach where the video was posted, and they asked the fishermen to take him out where the fucking found the little gold monkey. And next thing you know, they start finding fucking like statues and shit. So they're like, holy shit, there was a shipwreck here. And next thing you know, bro, they start finding hella gold shit. It's dope. I mean, oh, bro, those are priceless things. Gold has its worth in weight, but imagine something being solid gold. Like they pull up a Medusa head from the time of the Romans out of gold. Imagine that. How much do you think that is worth, bro? A Medusa head made out of gold from the Roman times. That's one thing that they pull up. And they bring up like 30, 40 things, bro. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, bro. Blew my mind away. Straight up, man.
Paul's saying they only say it's fake so that they've got something to talk about on their crappy channels.
What's
Probably.
that?
Paul's been saying for the last couple of days about people going on about the SpaceX being fake.
Oh, yeah. That's all.
Really,
Yeah.
really doing his head in.
I
And he
mean,
basically says they're only saying it's fake so that they've got some crappy stuff to put up on the channels.
well, a lot of us were really excited. I mean, anybody that's into like space and shit like that, it was kind of cool to watch it take off and then actually see two of the rockets. Actually, I think it was supposed to be three, right? But two of the rockets actually land back on the pad. And this guy launched his fucking Tesla into fucking space. I mean, I thought it was pretty exciting, weird, and cool. You know what I mean?
Well, that was something. The other day when we were talking about it, I think it was Daryl said about the third rocket coming down and actually crashing. Was he talking about the main rocket in the center?
I don't know if one crashed, but I believe three of them were supposed to land at the pad Q, and two of the three landed though, upright like they were supposed to. But I believe there was supposed to be one more. I think three was supposed to land. I believe.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure whether one of them was supposed to land at sea again.
Oh, they had it planned. See, I'm not 100% on that. If they had that planned, then maybe it was. But I believe the three were supposed to land on that pad, and they might have lost one or one. I don't know if it crashed, but it might have. But maybe one was supposed to be scrapped. But I think they were trying to get the three to land back on the pad, but two made it like clockwork, and it was exciting.
Oh yeah,
It was exciting. It was cool to watch it. Like, holy shit. You know, I mean, and they launched a car out there. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it was cool to watch it. I saw so many comments. I was telling Paul because I went and watched it live, and half of the comments, every other comment was wow, 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 but every other comment was like, besides that, was like fake, 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 and I was like, wow, hell, people just think like this is like the moon landing, huh? It's like the new moon landing. Everybody, half of the people think it's fake, and half of the people think it was real.
That wasn't
know,
fake
man.
either.
Is it
Totally agree.
social media or something? I don't know, man. I got to believe that social media maybe plays a big part in this now because people will get the ball rolling, and sometimes you don't know if it's a joke or people are being serious. You know.
Just looking at chat.
Are people still on fucking chat?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
Nick, Paul, Lee.
Well, let me see. My phone fucking finally charged up. That's why I left earlier. I didn't leave because of Zach, man. Anybody thought I got pissed. My phone died. Look, I'm charging. My phone died. I was like, oh, they're going to think I'm pissed. And my fucking phone died.
Nah.
So, Zach, if you're listening to this, I wasn't pissed, bro. My phone died. Hey, man, we all respect, man. We're all fucking, we should respect each other's opinions and whatnot. We could talk shit, but I love you, Zach, man. It's all good. Even though you made fun of my Cyclops theory, I don't believe in Cyclopses, you asshole.
You do realize you're arguing with Zach now and he's not even here.
I'm just saying, man.
No, he just believes in Cyclops mammoths.
Yeah, you fucker.
Well, if there are Cyclops mammoths, where do you think they came from?
No, you fucker.
Dark side of the moon, maybe?
You
The
asshole.
center of the earth where it's warm.
I fucking hate you guys. Let me see the chat. I'm about to cuss somebody out because you guys are stressing me out. No. I'm about to start booting people like cons. Gone. Boot it. Boot it. Boot it. Let me see. Man, Ransom Jax, you feeling, man? Any better, man? Your chest? What's hurt, man? You get body pains, fever? What's left? 10 days, bro. Fuck. This shit sucks, huh?
It's 11 days now.
Fuck, bro. What do you got left, bro? You still got a fever?
I've never had a fever.
Oh, okay. Was it just like
It's all in the sinuses. I feel like I got hit by a Mack truck.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. That's what's left for me, bro. I got my sinus and some chest shit, bro. But other than that, my fever, my
coughing.
body. Yeah, my
coughing, sneezing.
I just got sinuses in my my chest a little bit.
Sinuses all in here and all up in here.
That's how it was Thursday and Friday, though. Straight up. That's why I didn't want to get on the chat, bro. I almost looked like Puffy, like I had gotten in a fight. Like I looked in the bathroom, bro, when I got up in the morning, and it looked like I got in a fight, bro. I got in a fight with my pillow over the night because I couldn't sleep. But yeah, I looked like, man, I literally looked like my eyes were like this, bro, and they were puffy, bro. I looked like I got in a fight, and I was like, damn, I'm going back to bed. Fuck this shit. Oh man, it was terrible, bro. Terrible. I don't know what the fuck this strain was this year, but holy shit.
Yeah. It's been a good one for loads of people, hasn't it?
Yeah, man, you're lucky you're overseas, man. This shit cannot travel overseas. Right, Q? You haven't been sick, right?
I haven't myself, but I know loads of people that have been hit by a bit of flu. Maybe not as bad as yous have been over there, like, but yeah. A lot of people have been hit by flu recently.
Yeah, it was a bad season over here, man. I don't even fuck with like flu shots. I don't really mess with vaccinations or nothing. But I remember my stepfather about 2 months ago was like, "I'm about to go get the flu shot," And I was like, fuck that shit. And now, when I was in bed last week, I was like, oh shit, I should have took that motherfucking flu shot. Oh man, that sucked, dude. Man, I
Yeah,
hope you
Q
feel
don't
better,
like my
Jax.
theory that we were breathing. Me too. Q don't like my theory of how we were breathing the same air, even though we were living on separate sides of the country.
Crazy, right? In the same day, dude, did they just unleash some shit on Super Bowl weekend on us?
That's what I'm saying.
What the
Q's
fuck?
laughing his ass off over there because he thinks I'm out of my fucking mind. But
Man,
we both
bro.
had
The same weekend.
start the same day, and
Yeah.
it's lasted the same amount of time. So you tell me.
I told my homeboy, man, I told my friend because he got it the same day I did. We were here in the Super Bowl. None of us were sick. And when he left, he's like, I feel a little fucking later on we went out and ate. And then he was like, do you feel a little sick? And I was like, yeah, I do. Do you? He was like, yeah. I was like, bro, did somebody just get us sick or what the fuck? And I've been sick since then, bro. Straight up. So,
I'm just wondering if you, Alex, Jax, and your mate Alex all had a threesome or something.
No, you sick bastard.
No, because if they did, they wouldn't go back to the women, I tell you that.
I know, I'd be like, no, bro. I would have Jackson like this right here, like, hey. No,
just
man.
kidding. I love my
No,
women.
you fucking asshole. No fucking Q. Bad Q. Bad Q.
I'm sorry, guys. Just remember when you have conversations like this, you should always say on the end of it, no homo. If you say no homo on the end, it makes everything okay.
Hey,
Extra
Paul,
no homo,
how long?
but don't listen
How
to
long
this
have
guy
you had
Q,
the flu?
guys. What's that?
How long have you had the flu, Paul? Paul's got it too with his family, you said.
Oh, Paul, yeah. Hey, man, shit, yeah. It's been a crazy season. I mean, I'm sick. I mean, my homeboy that watched the Super Bowl with me was sick. I mean, man, I got like 5, 6 friends. Everybody's fucking down, and I'm trying not to go out. Straight up.
Yeah.
Today's actually the first day that I felt good.
You know what helps? Seriously? Hot and sour soup from the Chinese place. And a couple of NyQuil. Do that for 2 days and it's gone. I haven't done it yet. I don't know what the hell I'm waiting for. But it does work.
That's great. That's great advice that you haven't taken.
Well, I usually do, but this time around I haven't. You know?
Jump off the hill, but not without me. Shit. Let me see. Who's on here? Mark White.
The red pepper flakes in the soup clears your sinuses right out.
Oh yeah, man. Or some spicy food, I guess. I mean, I love spicy food.
What are you talking, like Wolfman Jack or something?
Like spicy food? Oh man, I love me some spicy food. I'll get ghost pepper with it. Oh, you're over there close to North Carolina. I'll take some Carolina Reapers. Give them to me. Give them to me. I'll take them.
That's what my 12-year-old daughter wants to try is Carolina Reaper.
When she wants to eat a whole one, like in the videos.
Yeah.
Ooh, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I use it in recipes as far as me, like when I cook or something like that. I'll cut some up and maybe put a couple little thin slices. But ooh, man, look, it's making my hair itch just thinking about it. Cause oh man, those are I love me some hot shit. But those Carolinas and like the chocolate ones that they have actually now, shit, man, those motherfuckers are fucking spicy, bro. I mean, I'm talking about, bro, they taste kind of cool and you're like, oh, they're kind of hot. But those type of chilies, it takes about 2 minutes and it keeps going and going and going. And about 2 minutes later, you're like, bro, I need some milk, bro. I need some fucking milk. Oh, bro, man, it'll build up. And it feels like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Yeah. Give it about a minute. Those are vicious. Hey, but if she wants to do it, she likes spicy food?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Are you kidding me? She puts hot sauce, Tabasco sauce on frickin' waffles.
Oh man, that sounds like me, bro. I be putting. Oh man, bro, I love me some hot sauce, bro. I carry a little man. Look, I carry a little bag. Hold on, let me see. I got it in my fridge. I carry a little bag of peppers, but that's what Mexicans do. And shit. We always carry a bag of fucking peppers and shit.
Yeah, Nick Sellers said that he was lucky and kicked the flu in 3 days. I'd like to know how the hell he did that.
Look, man, I carry a little bag of peppers in my pocket because when I go to the restaurants, I don't like asking them to give me hot shit. So I'll be like, just order my plate, and I pull out my bag of shit. And then they'll be like, what are you doing? I'm like, boy, that's my fucking special shit. And they're like, oh, you like the spicy. Next thing you know, they're coming to my table. I'm crying and shit. You okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Get the fuck away from me. Bring me a beer, you motherfucker.
And Paul says that he's had the flu for about a week now.
Paul, oh shit, I feel you, bro. It's a nasty one, man. This year, man, this is the sickest I've probably been in like maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe. I can't remember a fucking flu or cold beating my ass like this, like in the last 2 or 3 years. This one beat my ass.
Yeah.
It's still doing it.
Yeah.
I feel better. I'm having a beer,
Not
but
me,
God,
man.
man, it was a
Not
bitch.
even close.
Yeah. Oh man, bro, I feel you, bro. Thursday, I was in bed all day on Thursday. That shit sucks.
Yeah.
How long do you think it'll be if the likes of this flu and other stuff carries on? How long do you think it'll be before we're all walking around wearing masks?
Oh, wearing mask. Who knows, man? This one was vicious though. The last 2 or 3 years, they keep talking about this, and that. I don't want to say I don't believe in vaccinations and shit like that because, like about 2 years ago, they had that HN something. Remember that, Jax?
Yeah.
HN something flu virus, and they were telling everybody to get vaccinated. And then, like a month later, it went away, and never heard about it again.
Yeah, was that chicken flu or something? Damn thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, chicken or pig, some shit or. But man,
pig flu.
Everybody got the swine something. Yeah, everybody got really scared, and everybody was getting vaccinated. And next thing you know, it fucking just like disappeared. It was weird. So
Susie in chat saying hard liquor may help. You could be right, Susie, and even if it doesn't help, I think it's worth trying.
Definitely.
Yeah, whiskey.
Yeah, Susie. Hey, hard liquor never hurts. Hey, even to try it. Hey, fuck it. If it doesn't work, at least you'll go to sleep happy.
At least you tried. Yeah.
I definitely have some sweet dreams of some whiskey.
Introducing Wolfman Jack.
Wolfman Jack. What the fuck is Kyle? He's fucking sleeping. He's either sleeping or he's listening to us on the D-Lo.
I don't know. Pretty soon they'll be talking like this. On the down low.
Yeah, bro. I got the.
Listen to us making fools of ourselves.
Yeah, well, Jack, you know all the trouble you've been having when you've been doing your hangouts with your microphone?
Yes, how come it hasn't done it on this one?
True.
Exactly. And
I think it's YouTube. I think so, bro.
I think it's a bandwidth thing. I really do.
I think it's just like
I see with certain programs. I know people have this problem if they're trying to, when gamers first start streaming using OBS on the likes of Twitch. The first thing they do is they check the bandwidth and they give the program the whole bandwidth, and it fucks them up. Because in actual fact, you're only supposed to give it like 3/4 of your bandwidth. Now, I don't know whether you can do it the same with like Hangouts and stuff like that, but I know with OBS, when you're using it with Twitch, you can. And if you do it with 3/4 of your bandwidth, it sorts out all your problems. But when you try to give it the full bandwidth, that's when you drop out a lot.
Yeah.
That could be it, bro. Honestly.
It's definitely not the likes of the microphones, because I know the other day, Jax, you looked like you were about to fucking throw your mic across the room while Vern was laughing at you because your mic was just permanently fucked up.
That could be it though. That could be it though, Q. I mean, it could definitely be the bandwidth. I always just, it's a trip the way it goes between, because it happens to Kyle. I've seen it happen to Jax. It's happened to me.
Yeah,
so
but
sometimes I'm like, is it really the mic? I've changed mics and then it happens again. So I'm like, is it really my shit? Or it could be the bandwidth.
It's definitely not the band.
It could be the
definitely
bandwidth.
not the bandwidth.
Right.
It's definitely not the bandwidth because I haven't adjusted anything.
Yeah.
Everything's still set exactly the way it was the day that I got the microphone.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got to remember, you're not streaming now.
True.
Normally, when you're streaming, your computer's putting out the stream.
True.
As well as taking everybody else's, so you're using more bandwidth that way.
Okay, so again, on my first lives that I've ever done, it's the same setting that I have on there now. The microphone was fine before.
True.
I didn't adjust anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You know, I'm kind of. It's almost like you have to have somebody there, particularly because I mean, Kyle's been doing this for a minute, and he still goes to those issues. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean,
all
it's
I know
trippy.
is that I'm
like,
getting
man, because you guys have good mics and shit. Like we have this little. I still haven't even got a proper setup and shit because I was like, man, I never intended to really come and talk to you guys on here like that. And sometimes it just sucks to hear you guys have such good quality. And sometimes I feel like I have to yell. Sometimes I feel like you guys like, man, they don't even know what my real voice sounds like because I'm constantly having to be like, hey. But I need to get a good setup. But I'm like, I see you guys going through it. So I don't know, man. I'm still gonna get a good setup though. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, I'm getting a what do you call it, a soundboard?
Mm-hmm.
So I can actually hook my mic into with the ZLX cable. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
And you're trying to get maybe like a 4 or 5, 6. I mean, a 4 or like a 6, 8 track or something. You get like a.
No, it's just gonna be just a 2 or a 4 channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that expensive. It's only a couple $100, but
yeah. Maybe regulate like your voice on there, maybe a little bit or something.
Yeah, it has effects on it, voice effects, so you can sound like a chipmunk. I know how Kyle loves that.
No.
Definitely don't tell Steven that. Don't tell Steven that shit.
Hi, my name's Jax.
Right?
Hey, that was good. Who was that? Q? You did that was fucking funny. That almost sounded like him too. He sounded like fucking like Mickey Mouse, like jacking off.
Stop singing to the Lollipop Guild. We represent the Lollipop Guild.
That fucker. It seems like he finally got it set up though, huh? You guys actually heard his Kyle said that he actually sounded like a normal person when you heard him. I don't think I even heard Steven on a regular mic yet. He said that Kyle's like, he sounds like a regular person now.
He was on the other day.
Susie
we could hear him, but he couldn't hear us. And earlier on, Zach came on and was having the exact same problem. And I put up the same piece of paper as I showed Stephen and just showed him a couple of messages. And Zach sorted it in, I think it's 4 clicks to sort his problem. So, Stephen, if you're watching this, what you need to do is come onto the Hangout. Don't keep going. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Because, yes, we can hear you. It's just you can't hear us. So come onto the Hangout. Then go on to your little settings tab. I'll show you while I'm sharing my screen. Go on to the settings tab. Where it says sound default. Click onto whatever it is you're using to listen to your audio. Confirm it and save it, and voila, you'll be able to hear us. It's just the settings on the actual Hangout screen when you come onto the next Hangout. Settings tab, audio, select the right audio, and save it, and then it'll work. And if that doesn't work, then there's something wrong with your headset. Well, it's always a possibility in it, Jack. You know what I mean? But I don't think that is the problem.
No, it's all I kept saying every 10 minutes or it was every 30 seconds. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Fuck, can you hear me?
For about an hour and a half. Oh dear.
What's up? Any new investigations coming up, Jax?
Yes, we're going back to Dave's parents' house in March.
So this last one provided some pretty cool evidence, or what?
Yeah, it's actually gotten worse.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Ever since we left.
Gone up. Yeah, how's it, Jax?
No, we're still working on it.
Okay.
Does it seem like a spirit, or does it seem like something negative?
Well, considering that his sister is part of the team too, but she actually lives with her parents still. But yeah, she said that she saw a shadow that was like standing right next to her bed, like bending over and staring at her, like face to face, like this.
Just like a black solid mass or something?
Yeah, but it was see-through.
I mean, damn. I mean, especially if it's an investigator of yours, I mean, that would always just open the doors and be like, man, shit, we need to come back here again, right? I guess. Especially if it's like a friend going through some shit. I mean, like you've always said, that's the most important thing. Like if somebody's in distress, especially like a child or something in the family like that, it bumps it up like in importance to you guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it seems weird because I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if maybe Dave is bringing it on himself because
the demonology
in his apartment. Well, he's seeing him and his roommates, and there's a 2-year-old child that's seeing a bunch of stuff too.
Ooh.
In the apartment.
But you know what? Has it happened since he started like diving into that deep end of that?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like he's saying he was thinking about studying that. I mean, that's some pretty heavy shit right there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Actually, I'm gonna start with him. I'm waiting for him to finish the book so I can pick it up.
And I've always thought that shit was interesting too, Jax. I mean, myself, I was like, well, you would want to see like some. I guess if you get into like the dark and the serious part of like hunting ghosts. I mean, that's the deep, scary end of the pool right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I just I mean, is he I don't know. Like I always just tell him, like I always hope it's ready, man. I always feel like you have to be spiritually and just like mentally ready for some shit like that, man. Because that seems like I've always been interested in it, but you know what? I've never just tried to go through that door because I just felt like I wasn't ready for that. To tell you the truth.
Well, if we felt that we weren't ready for it, then we would pass it on to somebody else and have them come in and do it. You know what I mean?
Man,
we're not gonna sit there and tackle something that we don't know. You know, that could be way too powerful than us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's right, man. Like, remember, honestly, like I'm interested. Like I would like to not even hear. Like I mean, I think it's just somebody has to tackle that. I mean, sooner or later, if you're gonna, I guess, gonna do investigations sooner or later. I think if you do hit something real, I mean, and that's gonna be the cusp of the thing. You know what I mean? And maybe somebody needs to be experienced in that. But oh man, that's just so. To me, that just always seemed like wow, so scary, bro. To just take the leap over there.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, but I mean, some people have to do it. I guess some people have to do it. Are you messing with that too, Jax, or what? Or is that just Dave?
What? Say that again.
Demonology?
Oh,
Demonology.
no, he picked up the book. He found a book on it that was recommended by like 4 different people, and 2 of them were demonologists. But he picked up the book anyways, and he's going to read the book, and then as soon as he's done, he's going to let me borrow the book so I can start reading it.
Wow, man, that's some deep shit. No, you know, like I guess shit, bro. It's so crazy because like 80% of me wants to be God, you know, I would want it. That's what you want, right? You want to see a house where some shit happens. I think, right? I mean, besides not wanting to scare the family or shit like that, but I guess me myself, I guess that's what you want, though, right? I mean, not that you want some to fuck with the family, but as far as like personally, you want to see something, right? I would. Almost myself, for
We have
myself,
third
but
phase in the chat.
oh, really?
How you doing, third
If you
phase?
gentlemen would like to jump on, you're more than welcome to. I'll throw a link up for you.
Yeah, what's up, man? We're getting into the ghost end of the thing. And I think actually they're kind of I've heard third phase talk about what are the warriors that are from Hawaii that are supposed to be sighted there? I don't know if you know that, but they got a name for them. I'm sure that Blake knows the name because I actually think I've heard him talk about that. But there is a big legend about like these little like warriors from the island that a lot of people in the cuts and like the say that they've seen them, right? They got a name for them. I just can't remember it.
Yeah, they did a video on it about, I guess I'd say about 6 weeks ago, because I watch every one of the videos. I just tend not to comment very often because sometimes, my comments mightn't go down too well. But yeah, they did a big long thing on it where they were saying about
the night marchers. There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
That's it.
The night marchers. There you go. Yeah, bro. Yeah, third phase just said yeah. But look, Blake, they also have a name for them besides the night marchers. I believe people in Hawaii actually have a name for them, right? But I've definitely seen videos and things into that, Blake, if you're listening, and I've always found that really interesting because it's just not like one siding. It's a long. Besides it being just like a tale passed along through generations, it seems like there's been a lot of sightings of these like warriors, like just coming down the mountains, lights and whatnot. I mean, I've heard some interesting shit about the island. Blake probably knows a lot better.
Yeah, in the video they were saying about how you're supposed to behave if you see these things as well. Sounded like
it affects you. Yes, it's supposed to. They affect you. Yes. There he goes. Yeah.
I actually found that quite an interesting video where they were talking about that because
the Hoodie. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so I guess they're different. Yeah. So maybe Blake just might have. I don't know. Hey Blake. So those are different, right? So the marching men are different from the tale of the Hoodie that you're talking about, right? Those are 2 completely different tales, or are those like one thing in the same? I mean, that's just a question. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Blake.
Yeah. Yeah, but go back to what I was saying there, Alex. If there's something that we don't think that we can handle, we in our contacts we have a bunch of people that we can call in. So it's.
Have you ever had to make that call, Jax?
Not yet. I've been investigating since '91, and I'm going to tell you straight up, and I've not ran into an inhuman entity at all. out of all the cases that I've had. Not one.
Oh, I know everybody wants to run into one, but I know that they're pretty rare as far as having something.
Yeah,
like
they are
that.
pretty rare.
So I know people see them
Yeah, pretty
on
rare.
shows and TV, and they think that everybody's house is possessed by demons, and it's not like that. I think a lot of times it could just be spirits. It could just be maybe a family member just that likes to kick your bed or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I try to think of me personally. I mean, if it was my mom, man, I would go and like kiss her fucking cheek and caress her hair. But if it was like my cousin, I would go kick his bed. I'd be like, I'd go kick his fucking bed.
Yeah, screw that guy.
I might go scare the shit out of my cousin. But no, but I mean, I think if years. I mean, I've heard cases where people actually been grabbed and thrown off their beds, physically scratched, physically this, and then a lot of these fucking cases that involve like supposed bad entities have scratches that involve like a 3, which is supposed to be making fun of like the Trinity of God or whatnot. And it's kind of crazy how that happens a lot, right? Like, why isn't it 2 or 7 or 8 scratches? It always seems to be 3. And for one part, I don't know, bro. You know what makes you believe? I mean, some people believe in Allah and Buddha or Jesus Christ or what it is, but if those things are really happening, if that's real, and you think, well, if something really scratched this motherfucker, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say motherfucker. If somebody really scratched this person, sorry guys, that was pretty dirty. No, but if somebody really scratched this person, and it's a real negative entity, then you got to think, if there's evil, there's got to be good then, right? There's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. If those fucking things exist, you got to think that maybe something else exists to counter that or something, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know. I don't like to get religious with nobody. I mean, I pray to who I believe in or whatnot, and I believe that everybody has a right to pray to whoever they believe they want to pray to. But it just makes me believe, just like in the spiritual realm, okay, well, if that's real, then that has to be real, right? And if that's real, then I don't know, bro. What's the biggest question? I mean, what happens to us after we fucking die, man? That's the biggest question, right?
That's the biggest question, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing what I do.
Shit, man.
Sorry to
bring
interrupt,
to
guys.
the world. Yeah, go ahead.
In the chat, Betsy has just said, my dad passed yesterday on same day as my mum, 5 years apart. Crazy. Really sorry to hear that, Betsy.
Wow. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm sorry about that, Betsy. Wow, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry. Love and light to you.
Straight up,
He was 88.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it always hurts to lose a loved one, especially something that close. And I'm sorry about that. I know it's a tough thing. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh,
I know, huh? What time is it? Oh, it's already. Hey, happy Valentine's Day, you shitheads! And all the ladies, today? Betsy and Susie.
Oh, it is today.
Happy Valentine's Day, ladies. But as far as the guys, happy Valentine's Day, you shitheads.
I don't know. Are you gonna send me a flower, Alex?
Fuck no. I'm gonna send you a fucking. I'm gonna send you a bottle of fucking NyQuil, you asshole. You better send me one too. I'm gonna send you a fucking care package, NyQuil, fucking face mask.
There's my NyQuil right there.
Oh man! Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, I'll pull some out too, man. Yep, I got my shit ready to go.
Yeah, it's You're welcome, Betsy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, God bless you, Betsy, and thank you for being here. And sorry for your loss, straight up. God bless you, straight up. Chicken soup too. Susie talking about chicken soup. Man, I've been trying. I tried that. I've been eating soup up the yin yang because, man, when you're sick, you don't feel like eating shit, right? My appetite was fucked up all last week. Like literally, that's what I was eating, soup, because I didn't feel like eating nothing. So I was eating soup and had a glass of water next to me because I almost had to drink the water after I ate the soup just to get it down, straight up.
Yeah.
But but I'm getting hungry, man. But oh man, it was rough. Oh God, it was a rough week.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep up my what.
Before when Third Face were talking about the different things that have been seen in Hawaii, from the little people to the other guys.
Yes.
Would they be considered a haunting?
What's that?
That's probably most likely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me. That's most likely. That's most likely a residual haunt, where it doesn't matter if it just keeps playing like a tape recorder over and over and over again. It doesn't matter if you're there or not. It's at the same time, at the same day.
But if it's a tape recording, can you still interact with them?
No. If it's a what? If it's a what, Q?
Jax was saying he thinks it's more, if you like a tape recording that just repeats itself. But my question to that was, well, can you still interact with them? Because I'm sure on their video they said that these things you have to, well, if you interact with them, you have to be very submissive, if I remember rightly.
Well, as far as the little people, that sounds like a what investigators like myself call Qqqvids. And a Qqqvid is like an elemental that takes care of the land.
Man,
and if you don't respect the Qqqvid, they can be very mischievous, just like a gremlin.
That almost sounds like the Hawaiian shit we were talking about. Well, they were supposed to be like native to the island, but yeah, it almost seems like, well, that would be our version of like Ireland. What do they call them? In where they have the mounds, and they actually build highways around these mounds in Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Because they think like if you go through them, it's gonna be like bad luck, right?
Well, now you're talking about fairies that like in Ireland.
So would they be considered like the same thing, kind of, or no?
No. That's totally different when you're talking about fairies, and they're not even spelt the same way as like fairy, and we're not talking like a Tinkerbell fairy.
Yeah, like a little fucking.
These look like
what's it called from Disneyland?
Like a troll.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And the thing is that they live in fairy mounds, and you get these fairy trails, and most of the time you have the fairy mound planted right in the middle of the fairy lane, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Almost like a leprechaun. Yes, Betsy. And it's rumored that if you built a house on one of these cross lines from the fairies, you end up getting more than you bargained for, because they cause so much chaos in your house, because it's a sign of they think you're disrespecting them because you built your home on one of their paths. Fairy path, that's what it is.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, man, like they got some cool ones, like we had talked about that, like in Lep Castle, right? That's a great spot, right?
Yes.
And I believe
yes,
besides
Betsy,
that castle, around close to there, don't they have like a bunch of rings or whatnot that besides that place that's haunted, I mean, it's supposed to have like fairy rings and whatnot over there close by, right? But man, Jax, I mean, we got Waverly Hills. We need to make a fucking list, and we need to make this shit happen. Like, oh man, like if I had to go to 2 spots, ooh, but I don't know how easy it is to get to Lip
Well,
Castle.
you know what?
I don't know,
You guys are going out on July 1st, the first week of July, so
yeah,
make Waverly Hills is one of the spots.
man, bro. Maybe we should do
all I
like a
can
little, man, bro. We should go before, man. We should go before.
I
Fuck.
don't have the money before.
Man, bro, I'll fucking fly you out, bro. If you fucking, man, bro, where is that? Waverly's what? Is it in, it's not Kentucky, is it?
Yeah.
Is it
Louisville,
in
Kentucky.
Okay.
Yep.
Shit, bro. I mean, from where you at? Massachusetts? What's the round trip ticket, bro? About like $500?
So, well,
Bro.
I think it's more than that.
Shit, I got you, bro. Bro, if you meet me over there, bro, because I ain't going by myself. I am definitely not. I'm not walking around that motherfucker by myself, man. But if
Well, you
somebody
can't.
like
You need up to.
or somebody else goes, man, I'm down to go, man. Like a motherfucker. Man, I want to walk around there. I just want to do it by my fucking self, bro. No, I know you need like a group or whatever. You could probably join like a tourist group. But man, bro, I'm gonna holler at you, man. We're gonna talk on the side, Jax, because man, I want to go, man. I really do.
Yeah, we're gonna have up to 10 people though. That's the only thing.
Oh, to make a group?
Yep. They won't take anything less.
No, but I believe I don't know. But maybe say if it's us two. I mean, as far as completing a group, maybe they do like because I'm sure we're not going to be the only people that just have what two or three people with us. So what? Maybe the need just to complete what a group of 10, or do you actually have to show up with 10 people?
You have to show up with 10 people.
Yeah.
And you gotta pay in advance too.
Man, I'm gonna look into that, Jax. Actually, you know what? After we get off here, I'm gonna have to look into that because, like I said, like I really want to go. The trip that we're gonna take, if it happens, is gonna be like in the first week of July.
Yep.
And that's just flying out to Cal. I mean, that's a couple hours away from me, man. I'll be there in a couple hours on a plane. I'll be there like in 5-6 hours.
Yep.
But Waverly, man, bro. I mean, like I got a couple cool spots over here. God, I wish you were closer, Jax. I mean, shit. Here, I mean, just like an hour away from here, I got fucking the Hornet, the USS Hornet, station right there in Alameda. I've been there. Yep. It's fucking super dope. I want to go back because, man, I mean, as far as it being a historic battleship, it has a lot of history. I've been in it, and it's like 30 minutes away from my house, bro. Dope. And then we got they just made the movie about this Winchester, the Mystery House. That's just like an hour away from where I'm at. So, God, that's already like 2 dope spots. Watch, I'm going to record some shit because, good God, dude, we need to hit some spots, Jack. I'm telling you.
Well, the one place that I'm really disappointed that they tore it down was the Clovis Mansion.
Oh, me too, bro. Oh my God. And that's another spot. Clovis, well, it's kind of close to Fresno, I think. So but still close. Like I would probably be able to get to it from where I'm at, maybe in about 2 hours. 2.5 hours where it was at. But I saw the pictures of it and it's gone. They tore that motherfucker down.
Yep.
That was the big baby, right? Like the big human
in that area, yeah.
In Clovis, that's the big humanoid baby was seen in there, right?
Yep. Oh, you know what else is out in your area? Linda Vista Hospital.
Where's that at?
In California. I can't remember the exact town.
Let me see.
Linda Vista Hospital.
Yeah. It sounds familiar, bro. Let me see. Has it been in some shows?
Yeah.
Because it sounds familiar.
They might have already tore it down. I heard that they were going to.
Yeah, but the Clovis, that one's definitely gone, bro. And that was I almost wanted to just drive by and walk around it because the crazy thing is, I think the owner was trying to actually like refurbish the place and turn it into kind of a, I don't want to say a tourist attraction. He almost wanted to make it like into a hotel where you could go get
Yeah.
rooms and stay if you wanted to experience some shit. But
Yeah.
the city condemned the site. I guess they found it unstable, so the city council voted to tear it down. And I don't think they
Yeah.
had any idea. Well, they probably don't give a shit about that, but I don't think they knew what it meant to like people interested in the paranormal, because I was pissed when I heard they tore it down. I was like, what? Damn, I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
But I heard,
Yeah, it's in.
I've
It's
seen.
in.
Go ahead.
It's in L.A.
Oh, it is. I'm looking at it right. Yep. St. Louis Street, Los Angeles. Linda Vista Community Hospital, originally called Santa Fe Railroad Hospital. Santa Fe Coastlines Hospital is a former hospital. Los Angeles, California, United States, in the Boyle Heights neighborhood. Bam. Yeah, that shit looks creepy, dude. Oh, yeah, yeah. That does look familiar.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so that ain't too far away either. Yeah, I mean, you could either take an Amtrak or, I mean, a drive actually would take about 6 hours, but you could take a 30-minute plane ride from San Francisco and you'll be there.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Isolation, the property. The hospital was built for railroad employees, and it was one of the 4 employee hospitals run by the Railroad Santa Fe Employees Hospital Association. The property was purchased for $5,500.
Yeah.
The whole hospital was constructed at a cost of $147,000. When was that, bro? That must have been way back in the day. Holy shit. Oh, okay. Built 1905. Wow, it cost $147,000 in 1905 to build it.
Yeah. Hey, Q.
Yes.
Look at the chat. Is people trying to get on? That's what I'm assuming.
Right. No, what it was Betsy wanted to post a photograph. So I said post it in the Hangout chat. Because I could then copy it from there and put it up on screen here. I think it's that they're talking about.
What was the photo about?
I'm not sure. I was gonna just check it over first, make sure it was suitable, like, but
Yeah, if it's what is it about ghosts or something like that?
I'm not 100% sure. Betty was talking to Susie. I mentioned the photograph.
For sure.
So, how did they feel after the first investigation?
We weren't all together. We only had most of the team together. We were missing one person, and she just lost her mother last night. So we're gonna give her a little leeway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little grievance period. You know. She wanted to come with us, but the first time to the location, but it just didn't pan out. But we told her that no worries because we were planning on going back, which is coming up now in March. So we're thinking somewhere around like March 9th, but it might be more towards the end of March and no later than that.
Have you ever felt scared in an investigation, Jax?
No, and I don't know why that is. My very first investigation, I was more anxious than anything. I wouldn't say that I was scared. I just wanted to like get in there and get my feet wet and do what I was supposed to do. But you know, it wasn't. I think it was just that it was butterflies and nervousness, as in like I said, just to get your feet wet. Not saying that I was like really scared, but other than that, I basically now I'm starting to in tune with being an empath, and I don't know how I started tuning into those powers, but it's like even before we end up getting to a location, I can feel the uneasiness that something bad is going to happen before we even get there. Because one of the last investigations that I was on with the team that I don't speak, we were going to a location and I said, "There's something ain't right." And like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Something ain't right. I'm telling you, there's something's going to go wrong." And like, "How do you know that?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just telling you something's going to go wrong." And we had 3 team members drop that night. And I told them, I
Feeling
said,
sick?
no, they were attacked.
Oh shit!
And that's what I told them. I said, I tried to tell you, you wouldn't listen to me. And it's like on that particular team, they had what they would call junior members. And I do not have junior members on my team currently, and I will not, because I don't think it's right.
Kind of like trainees, kind of
Yeah, but they're like young.
young.
They're like
Yeah,
under 16.
yeah.
They're over 13, but under 16.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's right. They're not ready.
Not ready.
The little bodies can't handle whatever is thrown at them, I feel. So it's and like I said, I will not have junior members on my team ever. Ever.
Yep, I feel you. I mean, it's all fun and games until something follows your ass home, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I don't know. I mean, unless my kids went and did it on their own or something like that, and I don't have kids, I'm just putting it out there. But I just don't. I don't know. I would be like, I don't know. You guys know what the fuck? I don't think I would let them do that. They'd almost have to do it behind my back because I'd be like, no, you guys. You got, man, I would almost take him and I would read some shit with him or something. Be like, man, you guys need to know what the guy's fucking with, man. You guys, because I don't know, man. Like I don't know all that shit about the paranormal. Like, well, you know, I mean, I've studied it just like maybe like you have, but you're definitely more knowledgeable about it. But it just seems like that there's a lot of shit there that there's doors that I wouldn't want to even knock on. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like
I know.
Like people that fuck with Ouija boards and all this shit. Those are the types of things that even though it seems fun and shit or whatever, that's some shit I don't even want to fuck with. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep.
Me personally, I don't know. I'm just like, I ain't even trying to open that door. I mean,
yeah, it's not so much crazy stuff, Paul. It's just that sometimes that you do come across a possession here and there. And there's nothing you can do about that except try to protect yourself the best way you can by either wearing protective crystals or whatever your religion's symbol is, a cross or what have you. You know, you can always wear that for protection too.
Mm.
You know, but sometimes it's like the place that I was talking about. It's called Anawan Rock in Rehoboth, Massachusetts, and the place is famous for. And a lot of people don't even aren't aware of this because it's not taught in any history books. But there was a famous war that went through southeastern Massachusetts here. It's called the King Philip's War. And during this war, it was the Wampanoags, which is the Native Americans, versus the settlers. And they were fighting, and the Indians started burning down the villages. My hometown, Taunton, and Swansea. And there was a couple other ones too that they burned down. But what happened was is that they ended up catching the last of the Wampanoags, and they signed a treaty. They surrendered to Captain Benjamin Church. And after he had to go to Boston, Massachusetts on business from Rehoboth, and he left his second in command in charge. As soon as he left, they slaughtered all the Indians. So what is there now is the claims that you can see actual Native Americans day or night, doesn't matter. You hear footsteps, you hear Native American drumming, and the night that we all went, it ended up being, I've been there twice. The first time we went there, I did hear Native American drumming with my own ears. Plus, I got it on my digital recorder as well. But it was weird because it went from Native American drumming, like a war drum, right into like a colonial drum roll, like as if someone was being hanged, which is like really bizarre. All caught on the audio.
Yeah, that's weird, bro.
And the second time we went there, we had junior operators there. And two of the junior operators, the only two junior operators that we had there, ended up getting really ill and sick. And then one of the adult investigators got really ill and sick. Until they left the immediate location where they started feeling sick and went out to the car in the parking lot. As soon as they got back to the car in the parking lot, they started feeling better. They came back in, they started feeling sick all over again. So we told them to stay out to the car so you can feel better. Well, they did it one more time. They came back in and started feeling ill again. So they ended up going back out in the car and staying there until we were done. But it was just, it's just, yeah, I do know my stuff, Paul. But, Q.
Yep.
Alex is gone.
Oh, where the fuck did he go?
I don't know.
Here, there's a phone or something like that, bleep.
Yeah.
I
was talking to Alex, and all of a sudden he's just gone. Poof.
Yeah, he's probably lost connection. Close that door out for us, please. So, yeah, I'll jump on Hangouts and send him another link, just in case he's trying to get back on.
But
yeah, the drumming that you heard, do you think that could have been somebody fucking about in the distance?
No. Okay. Because I'll tell you why. Alex, I'll tell you the reason why is because we looked at that area on Google Earth, and there's not a single place. The only thing that's behind where this Anawan Rock was or is, there's nothing but swamp area for
Hey, Jax,
miles and miles and miles.
keep talking. I'm gonna bounce.
There's no
off
houses
this
there.
one. I'm bouncing my phone. I'm gonna bounce. Keep talking, Jax. Though I'm listening to you. Okay. It's gonna seem
Okay.
like I'm gonna leave, but I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, there's
So
no
definitely not somebody bullshitting you like.
no, because that was the first thing that I said too. I said there's got to be what's behind there, and I was told just swampland. I'm like, come on, there's got to be something. There's no houses there. Is that they're like, no. And then when I got back to headquarters, they brought up the view on the computer and said, look at this. I'm like, what are we looking at? And they said, this is the Anawan Rock where we just were. Look at how far back there's a house. And we're talking miles. Miles. I mean, the thing is that we ended up, when we first got there, no word of a lie, I ended up getting right on top of Anawan Rock immediately as soon as we got there because I was so excited. I was finally there. And I had the walkie-talkie on my right hip, and I heard footsteps coming from my right-hand side down in the woods. So as soon as I heard the first footstep and twig snap, my head just snapped right to the right. And it was like, grab the walkie-talkie. I said, I don't know if anyone else is hearing this, but we get footsteps off to our right already. And we're not even 5 minutes in. And not only that, but we also had the during that same investigation, we were chasing around like an 8-foot, 9-foot, whatever it was, spirit, black mass, whatever you want to call it. We were chasing it through the woods because someone had seen it like a full-bodied apparition beforehand, and then it morphed into the black mass, and there was no sound, no nothing coming from it. And every time it made a step on the ground, there was nothing. So it was that was quite interesting. But we plan on going back there sometime this year too. But scariest thing that I've encountered. We're on location here in my hometown. There's a big field at the same location. There is a ancient burial Indian ground that's federally protected on the opposite side of this field. Now, the grass in the middle of this field was at least 5 foot tall. Well, earlier in the night, we had a bunch of other investigators, plus we had some trainees out in this field. Come to find out that one of the trainees, we feel like she got like semi-possessed and she ended up collapsing. And come to find out on the video, on the audio recorder, at the same time that this poor girl collapsed, we heard on the digital recorder, "Help me." Well, thing is that we came up with this theory that maybe this was a princess that was being held there against her will by a stronger force, because there was no other I forget what the reason was why we thought that. Pardon me, my brain is like mush. I've been sick for 10 days, 11 days. So what happened next? Where was I? Yeah. So what happened next is that they went to the hospital just to get the girl checked out. So the remaining 4 members that were there, who were the bulk of the team, we decided we were going to go back into the field. As we're getting ready to go back in the field, right, we stop at the edge of the field, and it's like there's 4 of us. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, all like right in a row. And then someone says, do you feel like stop, don't go any further, or something bad's going to happen? And all 4 of us said yes simultaneously. So as we are standing there, walking through the tall grass, you see these 2 large dark shadows coming towards us like that. It was almost felt like they were going to come around us and come up from behind. That's what it seemed like to me anyway. Like we're going to be flanked.
Yeah.
So initially we had thought that maybe, because there have been a lot of reports of Sasquatch, that maybe this was a Sasquatch ghost. That's what the first thing we were coming up with. Because remember, now I just said that the grass was about, the grass was at least 5 feet tall. And these things were about 5 feet taller than that. So we're talking 10 foot. That's pretty big.
Yep.
So then we started theorizing, well, maybe where Sasquatch is kind of has to do with Native American. Sasquatch is a Native American word. So we thought maybe it was just associated with the Native Americans, you know, that whole story, blah, blah, blah. Until I came out, I found online doing research, and I just happened to stumble across it. Back in 1923, in my hometown here, they uncovered a 10-foot giant, his grave. So we just decided, okay, well, maybe it was one of these giants or 2 of these giants. You know, but that was that to me, that was like, oh, and that's not even the worst of it. So as we're standing there watching this, now we're waiting for whatever it is. I keep looking behind me, and next thing I know, I'm hearing, Jax, what are you doing? And I remember turning around. I remember looking back. I wasn't in line with my 3 other teammates. I was in the middle of that field by myself. Have no idea how I got there. Don't remember walking out there. I have no idea.
It is a little bit weird. It is a little bit weird, to say the least.
Yeah.
I mean, you hit on something there, which is something I never really think about when you're talking about ghosts and stuff like that and spirits. You said at one point you threw around the idea, could it be a Sasquatch ghost?
Yep.
Right. So if, let's for instance say a Sasquatch is an animal.
Yep.
Just for the choice of names. Do you believe that when animals die, their ghosts continue on? Like,
yes.
say, wolves, cats, dogs. You do, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Because that same team, they were on investigation, and they had 2 cats. One cat had died. I think it was feline cancer that it died of. And when they took a picture of the cat sleeping in its bed, you could see the a second
Oh, I
cat
remember you saying about
apparition
this.
right next to it, which kind of freaked me out because I never saw a second or an animal apparition before.
Have you still got that picture?
No, I don't. That
Ah,
picture belonged to the other team.
right.
Which is left.
Oh.
What's up, guys? These guys
Huh?
still there, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys still there?
Yeah.
What's the topic? You got where you guys at? Gotta make a beeline.
Just talking about one of my freaky experiences that I had. That's all.
Fuck, I missed it. Just do it quick again. What was it? What'd you see? Just
I told you that. No, I
super
told
quick
you
version.
about being in the field.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah. Similar. I don't know. Yeah, I feel you. Me and Q had like a similar experience where it was more of a feeling like than what we saw. I think our shit was, it was more of a feeling ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the creepiest shit I've ever been through. But man,
Yeah, see
that was the creepiest thing that you felt in the field for you, Jax.
Yeah, that was probably one of my freakiest things because I don't remember walking out to the middle of that field.
Right. You say you just like kind of like went back in and you were just in the middle of the fucking field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jack's at one point, didn't you say you thought you'd maybe, I don't know whether you'd say possessed or taken over in some way.
Yeah.
You didn't actually remember walking forward.
Yeah, it was almost like I was, like you said, either slightly possessed or led, so to speak.
And
Have you
Paul
ever
in
had it?
chat's asking if you've got all that stuff on your channel, Jax.
Actually, no, it is subject to property of the other team, which I do not have access to. And I am subject to confidentiality as far as I can't even talk right now. I'm so freaking tired. I'm still subject and a contract was signed and I cannot most I can do is talk about it. I don't have access to any pitches, any audio, any video, nothing. So
That's a shame.
yeah, well, it's it's whatever the clients want. If the clients don't, if they want to be held confidential, then so be it. I mean, you guys know as well as I do. I mean, anything pertaining to the UFO, I don't care. I mean, the paranormal, I don't care if it's UFOs or not. If you see something strange and of the unknown, people are going to deem you crazy. That's just the bottom line. So instead of having people being ridiculed, we give them an option. Okay, if you don't want us to talk about this in the public and have people criticizing you and ridiculing you and putting you down and calling you crazy, just sign the waiver and we won't do it. And most of the time they sign the waiver because they don't want their property being out there in the public knowledge that they have stuff going on at their house. I respect that.
It's just a shame though when you're doing all that work, when you're going in to help out a specific family with whatever the problem is at the time, that some of them wouldn't want you to be using the footage. Because I suppose in a way that's like your reward for it. Because it's all right for you to go out, do an investigation, say come on here and say, oh yeah, we were at this house. I can't tell you the people's names. all I can tell you was they were in, say, Massachusetts, and we saw a strange shadow. We got it on camera, but I can't show you the footage. We heard all sorts of weird sounds, but I can't let you have the audio because it was taken inside the house.
Yep.
You know, it's almost like, well, fuck's sake. You know, that's like, in my eyes, that's kind of your reward. Okay, fair enough.
As we're talking about, where the fuck is everybody?
They're all back. We were all chatting in that other room, and you came in and logged out.
Qqqvid's on here. Can you on here fucking like some in the comment section, dummy? We're getting here to close this bitch out if you don't, dude.
Close what? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna close this live if I can't get these fuckers to get on here, dude.
Oh, I was just in there.
They're on here right now. I can see them in the chat room, dude. So I need them to get onto the live.
All right, so let's tell them in the chat.
Yeah, I see them in the chat, fuckers.
I'll tell them right now.
Qqqvid's fucking using the bathroom or something stupid. Getting into the gym or something.
You got something going on.
All right. Well, Zach, you're in charge.
What's that, bro?
I'm on here. I said you're in charge. I'm out of here, all right, buddy.
All right. Are you ready to go?
I got shit I gotta do. I'm trying to get them on here for you, man. I'm trying to get them on here, but you know.
It's all good, brother. I was just coming to say hey to you.
Okay, well, fucking, I see I work, man, like, fucking, but I want to let the live go so they can, so you guys can sit there and bullshit. But I don't want your stream and fucking audio and everything. What up, Luke?
There we go.
There we go. I got Luke on here now. All right, buddy. All right. Well, hopefully the other guys will get on here and join you guys' ass. I just want to make sure you guys have a live stream that was
we were going when you
good
left,
with it,
but it wasn't live. So yeah, got you. There we are.
You're now there. All right. Yeah,
right on, bro.
That's the name of this episode. Is fucking live with Qqqvid. You dick. I had to make sure you were on here, or the fucking title would be lying. All right.
That would have been so. That would have been so much better if we could actually understand you.
I know, right? You got the chop.
You guys have fun. All right.
Later, bud.
Catch you later.
Yeah, bro.
Here we are again.
Here we are again.
That was weird. So are we supposed to be live now on Google's or are we live? Yeah, it looks like we're still live.
Yeah.
Good man, Kyle. Good looking out. He was just over there. I was like, who's he talking to?
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on myself. I got rather confused there.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a glitch. So what else is going on in ufology these days, gentlemen? Anything good?
Oh, sorry, say again.
Anything good in ufology happening these days? We get any good news? Any craziness?
Hold on one sec. Just sending this link to Alex.
We need a definite. The ufology needs definite new stuff to talk about. Did you guys see the SpaceX rockets landing? That was so badass.
That was amazing,
wasn't it? That just goes, man. Fuck. No matter what you think of that dude, he's done what he said, man. You gotta give it up to Elon Musk.
Hey, I saw this thing where the Pentagon released a video of the military chasing down a UFO or something like that. Like the government actually acknowledged that UFOs are real now.
Yeah. Well, they said that there's shit flying that they don't know what it is. It's not our government.
Yeah, they call them advanced aerial threats.
It's time for disclosure, gentlemen. We all know this.
Will it come in our time now?
Well, you know, I thought if you think about just in our lifetime, Qqqvid, how much shit we've seen, you know? How much technology advancement have we seen in our lifetime? I used to play with sticks and mud, dude. That's no bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I had my stomper trucks and shit. I don't know if you guys remember what stompers were. Anybody remember stompers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What? I never. If you told me I'd hold
fucking metal Tonka dump trucks.
I'd have told you, motherfucker. You told me I was holding a cell phone. I've been like, you watch too much TV, motherfucker. We ain't gonna have no tricorders. Go back to Star Trek. Look at what we got now. All kind of
Yeah, I
cool
remember
shit.
when I was a kid, they used to have them little things you would take notes, and you push a button and it flipped the thing up, and you could like write notes in it, or you could carry your cigarettes. It was like a little flip pad, them flip pads. You push a button on the side.
Like the phone Rolodex things from back in the day.
It has 3 holes.
Yep. See.
Yeah. What's the cavity look like? Does it look like 3 holes or one big cavity in the front?
I thought we were having Coop versus UFO Bro round 2 here.
Yeah. I'm not going to the moon. No, these are facts. I mean, the moon, those are all just our theories, but this is just facts, man. Just watch the documentary on Netflix, bro. Watch it. Watch it.
All right.
And get ready to make yourself some crow pie.
So who's saying crow pie about what, though? That's what I don't understand.
You're gonna see just the theories about where Cyclops and shit came from, man. I mean, a lot of shit.
Talk about the race of red-haired giants that the Indian tribe talks about to fucking have that.
Do you think there was a Cyclops? Do you think that it came maybe possibly?
I don't think there was no fucking Cyclops.
Okay, exactly. Me neither. So I just think
nobody said there was a Cyclops. We were talking about stories of races of giants.
You thought that I thought that there was Cyclops. I think that's what you thought.
No. That's just the race of the beings that they talk about, giant races of people.
Yeah, but well, how many fucking things that we know today actually came from myth and are actually true?
Well, dude, let's be honest. Like people was saying earlier, we thought there was no gorillas up till 120 years ago or some shit.
The bears. They make fun of Chinese motherfuckers saying that there was big ass lazy fucking black and white bears in the forest.
And as recently as 10 years ago, they discovered a new species of chimpanzee called the billy club ape. You know?
No, but pandas, big ass black and white pandas laying their lazy ass in the forest, and they just got discovered in 1920.
See? So back to where we were. Do you believe in Bigfoot or not?
No, damn.
You went off on a tangent. I was not saying there was a Cyclops that told me. I just want to be clear. But it's like the Great Flood story. You can't deny that multiple different cultures have had the story of the Great Flood.
Actually, scientists actually proved that there was a Great Flood.
Right. No, we know this. Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how they did it, but they confirmed that there actually was a Great Flood.
Yeah, I think it shows in the rock layers or whatever, right?
Yeah, it was something just like that. Yeah.
I mean, we all know that, but it's weird is the story of Noah that goes across the different, not that I don't believe in that necessarily at all. So.
If you look, I think there's stuff all over the internet where some people have reported to located the ark. I'm not sure how true that is, but
right, they it's been around for a long time in the side of the mountain or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
See, the problem with that is they always, when they do that, it's like the caves that they found supposedly from the Egyptians in the Grand Canyon. You know what I mean? They're saying that the Egyptians made it that far over here, kind of thing. And then they made a hush about it once they realized it was Egyptian stuff. There's all kinds of internet conspiracies, but the thing about conspiracies, they ain't always conspiracies.
Yep.
We know we know stuff to be true. Like, they obviously ain't telling us everything. We obviously ain't in the know of everything. Otherwise, there would be no UFO proof, right? Yeah. Well, fellas, it's getting late. I got to work tomorrow. I'm going to cut out, and I'll see you guys when I see you.
Yeah, bro.
Catch you later, mate.
Later, guys.
See you, Zach.
Yeah, man.
Do you think we'll ever discover Bigfoot, Jax?
Nope.
Say what?
Do you think we'll ever discover Bigfoot?
No way in hell.
Actually, I heard that they found this sort of like a woman / gorilla long ago. They actually had to keep her in a cage and shit, and people actually mated with her, and their children.
All right, what's up? It's UFO Proof here. We're having some issues with my mic. I don't know how anyone else's was sounding. Apparently, it was all fucked up on the last broadcast. So what I was going to do is start over a new podcast. That way, when you guys jump on here, there's going to be too many sound issues. Hopefully, it'll rebuff and everything. But I'm going to give it over to Qqqvid. Let me just shoot him over the link. And I'll just let him take over. So, and then everyone else the link on there. Here, I'm sending one to Alex right now. Bam. Let me find Qqqvid. Oh, there he is. Okay. That way you guys can keep the show going. I know I had a couple of people on there. I don't know how many people are watching, whatever, but there's at least a couple of people on there. So here you go, Qqqvid. The link. Boom. All right. So hopefully everyone will come over to that one and keep it going. Let me check on the chat. Because I was just doing a live one just a second ago. So hopefully you guys can get it over from that one to this one. That way you guys can keep it going. Here we go. There you go. What up, Qqqvid? What up, Paul? What up, David? How you doing? There you go, Qqqvid. I got the link up for you. Look at that, dude. You already got thumbs down. What a douchebag, dude. What a fucking douchebag, dude. Getting stoned though, David? Yeah, man. Fifi, Milton, Keys. Yeah. Morning. Hello, Fifi. How you doing? Where you at, Qqqvid? You on here? I sent you a link for Hangouts and then through or on here on YouTube as well. So, but you got the link on Hangouts as well. I know we love them, fuckers. If you can see the name of this fucking chat, Qqqvid, I named it live chat with Qqqvid, so you better get the fuck on here. All right, douche. So I can get the fuck off of here. Because I need somebody hosting, or I can't just leave live. So we're gonna get out here. But I'll wait for him. I'm gonna get the chats up. Because apparently my microphone's fucking sucking balls tonight. So I don't want to subject you guys to that fucking mess. So here we go. Now we're just waiting for Qqqvid to hop on here and to get on here so I can get off of here, or I'm just gonna shut this bitch down. There'll be no puff passing. That's all is it? We'll all just puff on our own. How about that? Yeah, let me post something here one more time. Where is Qqqvid? Boom, there we go. All right. Where is everybody? Get on here so I can get off of here. I'm just gonna shut this fucker down, dude. I got fucking shit I want to work on. I want to do the stream so that way the audio is not all fucked up and stuff. All fucked up for everybody.
You guys hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
What's up, Proof?
What's going on, Doc? Hey, brother. You look all dark, man.
Oh, I got the disco mode on. Let me fix that shit for you.
Yeah, fucking here. We can't see. The disco mode.
Disco mode, you like that shit? Bow, bow. Yeah. What did 5 fingers say to the face?
Oh, shit.
That shit was funny.
Don't hold again.
Huh?
I have no idea.
It's like it could be a Cyclops. You can see where the came
I'm
from.
not saying I think there was Cyclopses, dude. I'm just saying they talk about races of giant people throughout.
There was no Cyclops. I just think they confused those bones when I think they unearthed an ancient mammoth for being a human instead of being a fucking ancient elephant.
All right, Scully. All right.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Look at the documentary, bro. This is historians saying this shit, bro. This ain't me.
No, are you talking about the one in here in the United States that they found in like Arizona or whatever it was, New Mexico?
Look it up on your right now and look at the front of it. And then imagine being a Roman. 200 years Christ died.
I don't want to imagine. Roman.
Nothing, no book, nothing. You had to just look at that skull and with your own fucking logical mind have to think, what the fuck is that?
I'd have said just like this. That's a monster, dude. That
no,
right there is a monster.
Well, that sounds really logical.
You can see it. You can find it on YouTube too.
We're Romans now. Remember, we're talking about people that had fucking crazy liaisons with all kinds of weird shit.
Okay, so you don't think that they would look at a big ass fucking elephant skull and see a big ass eye cavity and think, "Holy shit, this is a big ass creature with one eye"?
We're talking the beginning phases of science, though. We had gladiators that were, on the regular killing tigers and bears. Anything they're gonna have some kind of common sense. But,
no, bro.
But mythology predates the Romans, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Who the fuck finds a mammoth back then? You're talking about tigers and bears that have 2 eye sockets. Being this fucking mammoth has a big ass cavity. Have you ever seen a mammoth fossil, like the skull? Have you ever seen one?
I'm looking right now, but yes, I believe I've seen.
Ain't that their nasal cavity?
The big ass
where their trunk is.
Yes, and then their fucking where their trunk goes looks like a fat ass mouth. Yeah. They got bone structure just like human beings do. So
yeah, it looks like there would be one giant eye in the middle.
People that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, they're idiots. They were just war mongrels. You're gonna tell me they're gonna be archaeologists and tell you that was a fucking mammoth? You're fucking retarded, bro.
Are you sure it couldn't be something was probably chewing on its face when it died?
That don't look like no human cyclops skull.
Take the tusk off. Take the tusk off, though.
I'm looking at the motherfuckers right now. Hold on, I'm trying to share.
Look at it straight forward and take the tusks out.
Think about being a fucking Roman. 200 years. 200 guys died, and try to tell me that you can think that's a big ass human.
I'm trying to find one without fucking tusks.
You think you're gonna flip and be like, "Oh, check it out, Romans! It's a fucking mammoth! You stupid fucks!" No. They believed in Zeus and gods and crazy shit. Man, where the fuck you think Cyclops came from? You think they just saw big ass?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. We were just talking about races of giant.
I'm telling you a theory. Watch that movie and watch these fuckers that actually experience and have multiple PhDs and fucking and degrees in this shit. And they watch it and tell me I'm wrong. You know what I mean? They're just talking about where mythology came from. Stories that somewhere along the line there was a truth to it. Maybe the facts got changed along the line. I'm just saying that if you look at that skull, you could see possibly where mythology came upon the fucking idea of there being a Cyclops. That's it. It's not being crazy or nothing like that, man. It's just look at that.
I'm looking at mammoth skulls right now on the internet.
Watch that documentary and see what that lady says, and tell me.
I'm looking at the ones they actually refer to as cyclopses, and I see the one that's fake looks like that, but the real ones all look. I suppose you could confuse that for a cyclops because it does have 3 separate holes though, not all one big cavity.
With 3 holes in it.
Yeah.
Front. What's in the front, bro? One big hole. 1 point, bro. I mean, come on, bro. We were actually fighting about mammoths.
We're not fighting. Who's fighting? God damn it, who's fighting?
It looks like a cell phone. Yeah, it looked like a cell phone, but it wasn't. It was just you'd push the button and you'd flip it up, and inside you could write like memos inside of it, or you could keep whatever you wanted inside of it.
Huh.
I remember them and that, you know, I used to talk into that like I was Captain Kirk and shit from Star Trek. And then when they came out with cell phones, then it was like amazing.
I seen a payphone today, dude. An actual payphone.
They still exist, huh?
You know, it's just covered in Mexican stickers, the Mexican flag stickers. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So I don't know. I thought, wow, I haven't seen a cell phone in like 10 years. Or I mean, a payphone.
Paul in chat saying he can't believe that people are saying that SpaceX is fake. I know, Paul. I feel your pain,
dude.
From the heart, mate. From the heart, I feel your pain. Just don't listen to those fucktards. Just don't listen to them.
Don't listen to the flat earthers, the people that think the world's 5,000 years old.
Oh God!
Don't get me started with these motherfuckers. I don't even want to talk about reptilians. Okay, don't get me fucking started on no reptiles.
Hey, can we cut the reptilians? Can I just butt in for 1 second?
Hey, there
Sorry,
you
guys. Sorry, can I butt in? Because I remembered what my point was.
All right.
I remember. Okay. I remember what my fucking
point was. He said, hold on. I took a couple bong hits. What the fuck was I talking about?
That was an hour ago.
He was trying to get back on.
See, man, the whole time I was thinking, what the fuck was my point? No, see, I brought up the documentary that I was talking about, the wreck about. I told you about the movie, right, on Netflix.
Yeah,
the wreck of the unbelievable. Yeah, so man, my point was you brought up Cyclops and mythology. So that was my segue into that. See, the thing is, man, you guys need to watch the documentary because it's just dope by itself. It's not about ufology or about nothing. It's just a super dope documentary that these guys found.
What's the fucking name of these guys? So maybe I'll check it out. It's
on Netflix, bro. The movie is called fuck, bro, I just said the name of it, bro. Hold on, give me a second. It's called Treasures.
Indica. Smoking the indica weed.
Treasures from the Wreck of the Unbelievable.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's called Treasures from the Wreck of the Unbelievable. It's on Netflix right now. The thing is, but the treasures that they found, like I said, were from like the 1st, 2nd century of the Roman times. So that means like it's 200 years AD. My whole point was because you brought up Cyclops, and in that documentary that you will see, man, before they bring up all the gold artifacts, one of the things they bring up is this huge ass, what looks like a mammoth or a big ass elephant skull from the ocean, and it looks like a mammoth or a fucking or like an elephant skull, but it was actually made out of granite. So somebody actually carved it out of a real skull, you know, because it looks just like a skull. So what's funny is like the lady's cleaning it off on the boat, and she's a historian, and she says, if you can look at this skull and step back from it, kind of, if you look at it, it almost looks like a human skull. If you didn't know what it was, say you were in Roman times, and you looked at a mammoth skull, it almost looks like a human skull from the front with a big nose.
With the
and then it has a cavity in the middle, so it doesn't look like you have 2 eyeballs like a regular skull. It's a huge cavity in the middle, and it looks like a big nose with teeth. So it looks like a giant with 1 eye.
Yeah, like a cyclops. Yeah, yeah.
So saying that in mythology, she believed that Cyclops almost came from them unearthing like like prehistoric bones, and they unearthed a mammoth. And when you look at a mammoth, honestly, yeah, you look at the skull.
We've unearthed mammoths with flesh still on them, dude, in the Antarctic. So I mean, I can understand what you're saying, but the skulls, their neck structure is different. I mean, you're really you're really grasping.
No, bro. No. Think about all our knowledge. Think about being a rodent. If you look at that shit, look at that skull, and it looks